Well, hey there, everybody. I made a video last night that ended up being a couple hours long, a live cast. And then I made a short video today to sum up some thoughts I had about life in general and to let everybody know I'd be gone. But the short video ended up being much longer. And so I thought I'd just make a quick, brief, final video to touch on what's up. Because people still ask, where are you going? Are you leaving your channel? I'm not leaving my channel. I'm just going on a road trip with my family. And my oldest son will be, holding down and watering the garden. So when I get back, I'll have vegetables. Thank goodness, because that's one of the hardest things to deal with, is worrying about your garden. But anyhow, it's something that we planned from last year, and my wife took time off, more or less the month. We don't know how long we'll be gone, but I won't be uploading videos in that time, of course. And I'll be doing a lot of thinking in the woods. And what I wanted to say in this video was, the one thing that might just save our asses in this world is going out into nature and really communing with nature. And I'm not talking about glamping in some huge park. Sometimes that's all people have. But I'm talking about going out and boondocking in some of the most remote wilderness you can find. Just parking on the side of a road, even, in the middle of a Forest Service road or something. And really get that feeling of waking up in the morning to total silence, or even having a stream nearby. It's something that I think not enough people appreciate. And I'm always shocked at the amount of people who just have never been out camping or to the woods. And you develop a relationship with nature. It's the same way that people kind of proselytize using psychedelics. Back in the days, I would hear people, like when I read a lot of books, like they had Timothy Leary in there and how he just pressed LSD and everybody should take it, everybody should take it. There was a time in my life where I thought psychedelics would be a way to get more people, to an understanding of nature. But nature itself does a better job, is my point. I think that maybe it's not just the lack of insight, that's part of it, but going out actually and looking at the trees, walking off trail, and going to a mossy grove. I mean, don't go off trail if you're in a national park, of course, or, if you're going to ruin a scenic area or trample delicate flowers. But I highly urge people bushwhack in their life. And I mean, just go up to an area that's pretty remote, find a trail and go off, bring a GPS if you need, compass, of course, be smart, but getting lost is completely, my wife and I got lost once, and it was at Mount Hood. It wasn't even that remote a place. It would have been easy. I slightly panicked. It was like 20 years ago, but I'm very fond of areas where you can see natural beauty without any of mankind's, footprint. And I live in Washington State, just across the bridge from Oregon, so fortunately I can travel up to the Mount Adams area. And I grew up going up to Estacada, and you probably don't know where that is, most of you, but outside of Portland, up on Highway 224, was this just a lot of logging roads, or 212, 224. There's like a lot of remote wilderness that's not so remote anymore. But once I moved to Washington, I started going up to Mount Adams. So the trip we're taking is... I'm already spending too long on this video. Actually, it's only 4 minutes, not bad. We're driving up and we're basically doing a tour of the lakes in Washington. And we're going to stop at several places we've never been, like the Mount Baker Snoqualmie National Forest, the Winema Snoqualmie Forest, and we also live right down the way from Carson and Stevenson, which are like on the Columbia Gorge. And for all of you who live in the U.S. who have never seen the Columbia Gorge, we take it for granted out here. It's just like, oh yeah, Columbia Gorge is cool, man. It's beautiful. Nice scenic drive. Kind of a boring stretch of 84. But it's, for somebody who first comes through this state, they're like, holy crap, it's beautiful. And you can come down the river on either side. Highway 14, which is kind of an overlook, actually, in a lot of places. And more windy, of course. or Highway 84, which is a flat freeway, but I prefer to take 14 because it's more hilly, and the school bus goes like, what, 35, 40 on those hills. And it's embarrassing, and at first I used to get really frustrated because my bus was overheating, and I would panic when I'd get on these hills because I'd have to pull over in the middle of random places. But today I just go with it to see what happens. I fixed the thermostat and got it working better, and I know I already have videos up on my school bus if you haven't seen it, but I'm still working on it. We added a few new things, and I'm pretty stoked to go. So I just wanted to say goodbye to my subscribers for a few weeks, and thank you to you all. Thank you for the fun last night on the live cast. Thank you to my patrons as well, which I have another video uploading shortly. That'll be on my Patreon page. And beyond that, I don't want to waste any more of your precious time, because there's enough shit to deal with in this world than worrying about what I'm doing in my life. But the fact that people listen is, much respect to you all. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to say? There are a lot of things that I still want to say, but I'll leave it for another time. And I'll come back with lots of awesome stories. Nature journeys.